Whenever someone calls you bougie, high maintenance, you're too much, tone it down, you're wearing that, you're asking for too much, that's never going to happen. You're never going to get that type of love. All those people are doing is saying, go for it. That's what I hear. When someone tells me that, go for it, because I haven't seen it done yet. And all I've seen were these types of experiences. So let's jump into why being a high maintenance woman is being high frequency. So, high maintenance is someone that has a very refined palate and taste for what they like, what they desire, what they need, what they require. They're very sensitive to scents. For example, there are certain scents that I just get really nauseous. There are certain scents that make me really excited. There are certain scents that ground me. And I can be in public, and the second I smell that thing, it boom, like it elicits that type of emotion. But that's because I've taken time to understand what actually do I like, do I not like. Any type of high maintenance woman that I've ever been around, I love being around high maintenance women. Same thing. Colors, sounds, textures, conversations, mindsets. It's immediate. Nope, you're not entering into my field. Or it is, oh my gosh, I'm just so enamored by the beauty, the power, the success. And that is because when you start to look at my field, my energy manifests everything that I want in this life. The universe does not give us what we want, it gives us what we are, it gives us what we're feeling, it gives us what we're thinking. And if I can take that responsibility for my field, not responsibility for everyone else, but for myself, then the universe is going to start to match that frequency. So if I'm high maintenance and I'm making sure that I'm getting my hair done because I know that hair is connected to karma and to stress levels and to femininity and to power and to my psychic energy. And I know that, and I'm taking care of my hair, not just for vanity purposes, not just to be accepted, but for many other reasons. Then I'm also going to get opportunities that match that frequency, like brands that speak on hair, or viewers that are really interested in hair, or people that understand healthy hair is a symbol of a healthy woman, right? On a subconscious level. So as I start to attract in those opportunities to myself, I then now am in the deciding space. I attract in people from all different walks of life that maybe aren't even attracted to this type of hair, but they can feel energetically that I maintain it, that I program it, that I do, etc., right? So when we look at our self-care, I want you to think of it as self-programming. You're programming your field as to what you want to attract in. So that way you are not chasing and moving out of the center of your power to go get opportunities, but you're magnetizing and pulling them in towards you. When you do this as well, you're creating energetic coherence. Like attracts like, the law of attraction, right? And as you start to do this, you're not wasting energy trying to prove, trying to validate, trying to express who you are, but instead you conserve your energy and you hit it with impact towards the yeses that you want and towards what feels in alignment for you. So you start to enter into this place of chess versus checkers, babe. Enjoy the moment now, because when you enjoy the present moment, the decisions, the choices, the words, the downloads you get, everything that you receive now allows you to then make better choices. That is also a high maintenance woman, because she doesn't look like she's restless, right? I may be very restless, but on the outside, it doesn't look like I'm restless. You would only know I'm restless if you know me, okay? You would only know what's going on the inside. But sometimes I'm not restless because I've really grounded myself into all of my high maintenance rituals, my skincare, my hair care, my getting ready for the day. I didn't rush. I allowed myself to have an extra 30 minutes just to myself for quiet time, right? Doing these things that refine my auric energetic field then allow me to enter into the moment, the present moment of whatever I need to get done with elegance and with grace. So no one's exciting me into chaos because I can feel that energy of dysregulation. Instead, I will start to slow things down because I've allowed myself to slow down before. I also have things, lip gloss, tea. I have a mic that allows my energy when I start to feel an increase, things that help to start to decrease and ground me so I can balance and I can be in a room of chaos. I can be in a space, an environment that can disrupt my workflow, but still I can anchor into whatever it is that I need to communicate, I need to get done, I need to see. So that way you start to expand your nervous system to receive in blessings and opportunities from all different ways. So we're not just locked into my manifestation needs to happen in this way, this direction, but instead we can be open to all the miracles that are in the present moment and be very creative with whatever opportunities are in front of us. That is a high value woman, someone that is solution oriented and not just fixed on problems. And the reason why people can get very fixated on problems is because of dysregulated nervous system. They're in fight or flight, fawn, freeze mode. They don't know how to be creative with the conversation that's in front of them. All they do is get locked into their ego, get locked into, I am at this status, and so I deserve this. Or I am just at this level of my income, so I can only get at this level of my business. That is hitting limits. That is a low limit mentality. That is low maintenance, right? You can also be low maintenance with whatever you wear. I'm super about like be bougie on a budget, 100%, but have a high mentality, have a high maintenance frequency. Understand that whatever you purchase is self-investment, is self-respect for you now and for the future, is self-honoring. If it's not, I don't put my money behind it. I don't put my words behind it. I don't put my attention. If I need to do it, it's quick, short, boom, we're out, right? That is the difference between honoring your energy, your auric field, and collapsing to a dysregulated nervous system and allowing people to dictate now the conversation, the negotiation. I'm a big fan that negotiation usually is when both people walk in with expectations and both people walk out with like, I got something valuable out of that, right? Like it's not just I win, you lose. It's we both feel like we were heard, we were seen, and this feels as though like this was a conversation that grounded both energies. Maybe I didn't get everything that I wanted, but hey, I got X, Y, and Z, right? To me, that is fairness. And I know we say that life isn't fair, and it's not, because sometimes we attach fairness to I need to get everything that I want. Sometimes the universe will protect you from what you want because what you want is rooted in a past trauma behavior of you thinking that chaos was going to be your come up and that total absolute grinding yourself into dust was going to be how you were going to get your business off the ground, or proving yourself to this relationship that just felt so out of your goddess frequency and forced you to compromise such important ethics to yourself that if people knew what were happening in the background, like they'd be like, babes, leave, right? The universe will protect you from that because it understands you have a purpose, you have a frequency to maintain, and we're going to give you so many experiences, both ones of chaos and of peace. And every single moment you are going to refine and choose which one balances you out so you move forward and you start to move in alignment with what is your true desires, what is your clarity, who are you? Who are you? I forget where that's from. It's a movie. Put in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about. I think it's Alice in Wonderland. I'm totally getting Alice in Wonderland vibes. I'm totally channeling that energy. So don't chase, channel. Channel the energy that you want to embody. And how do we do this? It's through boundaries and standards. It's through our no's. It's through our hard yeses. We're here to push the limits of what people call delusional and normalize that women deserve to be treated with care, dignity, respect, honor, value, not because we're speaking it, but because we're honoring it, because we're saying no to things that's not going to work for me price wise. That actually, I don't align with that brand. Actually, this conversation, I'm not going to participate in. I'm just not going to speak. Not going to answer that text. That right there, those micro habits shift the room, shift the frequency, and also shift your field. So now your field is like, you don't tolerate that? Amazing. I'm going to give you something now that matches what you tolerate. So what are some high maintenance habits that you can integrate today to get your energy to more high frequency? Okay. This can look like beauty rituals, right? What you have in your cabinet right now can be part of the beauty ritual. Your skincare. You're not just putting on skin, you're not just putting on your skincare to look younger, you're putting on your skincare to connect with yourself, to imprint into yourselves. I'm taking the time to connect, to understand the details, not through shame, not through judgment, but through love, attention, honor, connection, right? That shift in energy just shifted your frequency. Watch how you also start to select certain brands, certain qualities, certain things that resonate with you. Because sometimes, if we're just disconnected from ourselves because we've had a lot of trauma or other beliefs that were imprinted into us, you'll buy a bunch of things, it doesn't work. Sometimes you just need to buy a couple of things and then you'll feel what works, because you'll feel that it doesn't sting your skin. It doesn't feel like your body clenches when you hear of that procedure. You don't take in what maybe the person, the doctor that you're going to, and they're telling you all these things that you need to get done. You're like, I'm good. I had a recent experience with that. Literally went for a lymphatic drainage massage, and she tried to sell me on all these things and put all these spells of self-hate on me. And I was just like, actually, I gotta go. We're not doing this. Not buying anything. I'm good. Oh, Junam, I hear a kitty cat. Hi, sweetie pie. You hearing the energy? Come. Come, come, come. Okay. So beauty rituals, the cats love the field. They love auras. They love high maintenance women because they're high maintenance and they are literally the teachers of boundaries. Junam, come. Where are you? Okay. Another thing is clean spaces, or spaces that inspire high maintenance energy, right? That it took time. It took time to organize this. It took time to design this. And it took time to maybe get in the car, drive to that place, dress up, get your like to-do list ready to sit down to have your coffee, to do these things, right? Environment shapes your mind. It frames your brain. It primes it. It primes it now to be at a certain level of how you're going to communicate, how you're going to move through that to-do list, how you're going to receive company, how you're going to enjoy your own energy, your own company, right? And a woman who can enjoy her own company for her own company's sake, I'm not talking about your business, but just your own frequency, it's a powerful woman. This is a woman that is not easily manipulated. This is a woman that enjoys her own energy, enjoys how she spends her money, enjoys how she builds her wealth, enjoys how she builds her body, how she eats. And a woman that enjoys herself is also only going to be a woman that tolerates people who enjoys her company and isn't quietly hating, envying her, or has other intentions, because she's going to clock it immediately. Another thing, nourishment. I talk a lot about this on my channel. You can go to my other videos, especially my 75 soft, talking about which foods to really like connect with. You can also find resources in the comments section where I'm going to give you a bunch of things that I've created, that I've also built, that will help you really, really refine your palette, your sensitivity, your aura, your nourishment, about what is going to really get you into alignment, not just your dream body, but your high maintenance body that you spent time, energy, effort to program. This is the shape I want. Not just because it's going to attract in people, but because I enjoy the way I feel in certain clothes. I enjoy the way I take up space. I enjoy my frequency. And then the final one is rest and softness. Higher maintenance women, high frequency, prioritizes rest, prioritizes softness. That is the revolution, because it's really easy for us to build things and to be powerful and to be burnt out, because we've seen these systems and we could just copy them, right? But instead, what I like to do is look at patterns and say, hi, June, I see you now. Come, 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 I see you. I like to look at patterns and I like to see what worked and what didn't work. What gave me power and what took my power away. So yes, I will move through the economy and through this system and go to these certain boundaries so I can have financial freedom, so I can have freedom to invest in my care. But ultimately, it's to become more soft. It's to enter more into my feminine frequency. So that way I get more creativity, more softness, more of what people want. But also my softness, my sensitivity programs me to clock what is in alignment for me and what is not in alignment for me. And this also allows me to resist that urgency to move quick, to jump into relationships, business partnerships, to jump into things that just do not feel in alignment with me. Little baby's here. Hold on one second. Little break, but do you hear this one purring? I haven't even touched the cat yet. Okay, let's see if this one will let me finish this. There we go. Okay. So, deprogramming the fear of being too much. My loves, I pray that this inspired you to do the most, dress up, put yourself in spaces that feel high maintenance, get comfortable to the frequency, because it's not about looking about others, it's about getting your nervous system regulated to opulence, to comfort, to cleanliness. There's a reason why there's that saying, godliness is close to cleanliness. It's because when things are chaotic and things just look very disheveled, there's not a lot of thought put behind it. Then what does that mean? That maybe also your thoughts are going to be chaotic, because a chaotic mind will think of a chaotic reality. So hack your nervous system, biohack yourself through beauty, putting yourself in places that inspire you to be more beautiful in your etiquette, in your decorum, in the way that you physically look, in your home. I would even say start hosting people, even if it doesn't matter if you live in like a studio, right? Give yourself permission to start to romanticize, right, things. And the reason why romanticization works is because it teaches our bodies that we're worthy of beauty and power wherever we're at in our life. So be the most, do the most, give yourself permission to push up against the limitations of your current reality, so that way you align and you harmonize with your desired reality. And if you don't know what that is yet, babes, I bet you do. I bet you have something inside of you right now that's like, I wish I could afford this. I wish I could look like this. I wish. Stop wishing. Start programming your field through your actions, through putting yourself in environments, through the words that you communicate and how you speak, through just your frequency. I mean, look at baby. Baby right now is purring like a baby. Like, it's so sweet. It's so sweet, you know, because when we give ourselves permission to no longer apologize for our divinity, which is high frequency, which is high maintenance, then you also give yourself permission to be the embodiment of your desires. And by law, you then will become your desire. Okay? All right, my loves, I pray this was helpful. Drop in the comment section also, what are some high maintenance things that you do to keep your frequency high? And also, what are some things that you want to learn more of? Because I'm reading everything. Bye, babe.